In today's episode of Manabonded, Josh pleads with the Urza player to not cast Winter Orb, go eat some snacks, use the bathroom, come back, pull out a different deck, play some Pauper, pull up Slay the Spire 2, go play a different game, call your mom, anything else. Zack gives advice for playing Russian roulette.
Don't negotiate with terrorists. Like you can stop playing the game at any moment.
Nate shares his game plan for competing in a 12-hour cookie-eating tournament.
But I do think that the first initial 15 minutes could be reasonable in some situations. But then after that, if you're still going after that, you know you're going to win.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Manabonded, the Magic the Gathering podcast, where 2/3 of the hosts have seen the new movie Project Hail Mary and loved it. I'm Josh, your host, and I'm joined by my two co-hosts, Nate and Zack. Say hey, guys.
Hi, I'm one of the two that's seen it, and it's fantastic. You should go watch it.
Hi, I'm the other one that's you. You should definitely go watch it.
And I am so mad I still haven't seen it, guys. You don't understand. All right? For some context here, my wife and I went on our honeymoon. This was back in 2021. And we went to the Oregon coast. It was wonderful. We stopped by this...
Wait. Look at this guy bragging about having a wife and a honeymoon. All right, whoa. All right,
Hey,
everyone's there yet. All right.
Talk to me again in, 7 months when you've gone on your honeymoon?
Hey, now.
Hey, but I haven't yet, right?
Yeah, then you got me over here, single as a Pringle.
Hey, talk to me in 2 years when you go on your honeymoon. All right.
Oh, geez, all right.
Called shot. Anyway.
All right, continue.
So, yeah, we went on our honeymoon to Oregon coast. We went to this nice tiny bookstore in Lincoln City. I wish I could tell you the name of it, but it's been almost 5 years, so I have no idea.
A Lincoln City bookstore.
Maybe. We were just kind of wandering the shelves, perusing, and I saw Project Hail Mary on a shelf. And it was like, oh, this is the same guy that wrote The Martian. I really loved The Martian. I should get this one and try it out. So I bought the book. And a couple days into our honeymoon, we were spending 4 or 5 days in Lincoln City. And then we were going to go spend the weekend in Portland. And the idea was we'd go do some of the bigger things in Portland. Well, Portland was terrible. All right. It's a miserable place now if you haven't been recently. There's not a lot left to do. You don't want to be downtown ever. Portland it was not great for us. And so we were like, all right, well, we're just going to sit in our hotel all day and just watch movies on our phone, I guess. And I was reading Project Hail Mary, and I finished it in a day and a half. Just absolutely churned through it. Loved the book. It was so good. And so when I heard they were making a movie of it, I was like, okay, I officially have a couple movies I'm excited about coming out. So yeah, now that it's out, my wife and I, we will be going to see it tomorrow. I'm very excited. But yeah, I'm upset that I haven't seen it yet, and these two have.
Yeah. Josh, you should go watch it.
Dude, we almost just went and watched it Saturday night. We almost did.
You would have been in the same boat as me.
Yeah.
I Saturday morning I woke up and I'm like, I'm gonna go watch Project Hail Mary today. Woke up the time, went and watched the movie. It's fantastic.
As someone who hasn't read the book, I also recommend the movie. Very good.
That's the kind of thing I like to hear.
Yeah, I was thinking about this, Nate, and I think you'll appreciate it. So I was seeing a couple of the ads that are floating around in the shorts and reels feeds for Project Hail Mary. And there's one where Rocky is buying tickets on Ryan Reynolds' phone. And that one ad just made me think that Rocky and Pattern are the same thing.
Huh. I didn't really think about it, but I think you're onto something.
Right?
Rocky has got a very Pattern mentality. Zack, so if you don't know, Pattern is a friend.
I'm over here.
So it's from the Stormlight Archive, part of the Brandon
Archive.
Sanderson books we're going to get you to read someday.
Yeah. It's a magical creature that his body is made up of, you probably would have never guessed it, a cool pattern.
Oh, wow. Yeah. That's a great name for that then. Yeah, Pattern.
Yeah. Technically his name is a long series of numbers, but you wouldn't understand it because you're limited limited
My
squishy
limited,
brain.
feeble mind cannot
Exactly.
comprehend. Yeah. Okay.
Well, you
Good to
wouldn't
know.
understand the number code and what the
But there's a
significance of it
pattern
is.
in that code, so the name
There
still
is.
works.
Yeah. And all of their patterns are different in subtle ways. But Pattern also has a way of talking that is kind of similar to Rocky in Project Hail Mary.
He's just like very curious, very interested in a lot of things, and also just the sass that I got. It was like, yeah, that's Pattern.
Yeah. Now I'm curious to see the running commentary on Friday with Tristan where he brings up if he thinks it's like Pattern.
Yeah,
We can
Tristan.
cut this part out, but
No, I'll leave it
Tristan,
in. Hey, Tristan, do you feel like Rocky and Pattern are basically the same thing? Because
yeah.
like I was convinced we could just have Alan Tudyk do the voice for Pattern and it would be great. But now I'm just like, I don't know, man. The guy who did Rocky could do pretty good with Pattern.
True.
Meryl
Streep?
Yeah,
No.
Meryl Streep. I did think that was great though, that they so I learned a couple things about the voice. One, they had an entirely different guy planned to do the voice initially,
Yes,
but
I
since
saw this.
they're doing so much with the puppeteering and they got such great rapport, they're like, "Oh, he's just Rocky." And
Yeah.
then the reaction that he has to the Meryl Streep thing, minor spoilers, there's a Meryl Streep thing in the movie, Josh. That was a actual like reaction from Ryan because he did not know that they did the thing.
that they were going to use her voice.
Yeah.
Oh,
So it's pretty great. But yeah, no, I can definitely see Rocky as Pattern. That is pretty hilarious.
But yeah, definitely go watch Project Hail Mary. There's no
Yes.
Hail and there's no Mary, but there is a project. So
And it is a
10
Hail
out of
Mary
10
project.
recommend.
I also
They are
saw
throwing a
there was a
massive Hail Mary.
video of Adam Savage getting to tour the sets for Project Hail Mary, and almost all of the sets were like practical. Not a lot of green screen. So they like actually had to build those sets. The screens weren't just like green screened out either. They like actually programmed what would be on the screens at certain times, certain scenes, the buttons that would work. And they had to build these sets in a way where they could fully rotate and also the camera rigging could move with it so that they could still get the shots they needed for the cameras. And just that level of technical like achievement to me is just so incredible. And I appreciate it so much more when we do practical effects in movies, you know?
Yeah, that is one big thing that changed in the movie from the book. Not really spoilers if you've seen the trailers, but the ship is got so much more detail in the movie. In the book, the ship, the Hail Mary, is pretty plain. It's pretty utilitarian.
It's very much it's a one-way trip level of
It's
ship.
a one-way trip, and you're only probably going to be awake for like a month or two at the end of it. You don't need a bunch of extra stuff.
Yeah. Oh, the book was so good. This movie is. I'm really excited, guys. I'm so excited for it.
It's so good.
I also think like having the actual creator of the IP with the process does a lot for movies and like shows. Like the One Piece live action is phenomenal because like Oda, the creator of One Piece, is having a say in how things go.
Yeah.
Like I think that really does make a big difference in how an adaptation goes compared to like Mortal Kombat or like Doom. Like none of those were quite hitting the mark. Or Avatar: The Last Airbender live action movie, like
a lot of it. We could keep naming a bunch of things.
The live action TV show for Avatar. But no, having the creator taking part is fantastic. It has made, like you had mentioned, the live action One Piece so much better. Absolutely love it. I love that Oda-san is a big part of it. He gets massive say in the casting, and it's great that they went through and actually went and tried to get casting for people that it's up in the air with the fan base on if he did it on purpose or if he did it kind of on a whim when somebody asked. But he's getting casting for the people that matches where Oda said these characters would be if they were from the real world. So like Nico Robin, who comes in season 2, she's a Russian actress, Russian accent and all. And her character is based off of Russian. So you got like, Luffy, who is Brazilian.
Like Brazil? Brazil, yeah.
Yeah. So Iñaki is, I don't know if he's Brazilian or he's something along those lines. I don't know if he's exactly
I don't know for
Brazilian,
sure,
but
but
he's.
yeah.
And then you just got where all of these different characters are fit, where Oda's like, yeah, this is where they would have come from. And that's the great part about having the creator of the stuff there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Have
why
the
we're all
creator
so
in
excited for
media.
the Brandon Sanderson series on Apple
Yeah.
TV, is because
Oh,
they've
I'm so
given him
excited.
such an unprecedented level of creative control that, like, I'm sure all of the, like,
Can't be bad.
the big decisions are going to be him, right? Of who he feels like, what direction he wants the scene to feel, how he wants it to be
Mhm.
expressed. The storyline is all him. But I trust that they'll pick and give him a good director who will be able to take his ideas and say, this is how we translate that onto a screen versus just words, you know?
Yeah.
Because Brandon
I
Sanderson is a phenomenal author. It is still in the air whether or not he's a good director or producer or screenwriter. So,
I don't think he's going to do hardly any of that. The only thing he is scheduled to do so far is do the screenplay for Mistborn.
yeah, which he is working on, I believe.
But yeah, he's currently working on it. You can check out his stuff at brandonsanderson.com, and you can find the active running percentage total of where he's at with the screenplay. That's another reason why I love that man is he will tell you exactly where he's at with what projects he's working on right now.
No George R. Martin level
Yeah.
delays
Yeah.
here.
George R.
I
R.
don't
Martin
know of
writing 2 pages in the last year and a half, and Brandon Sanderson's like, "Hey, I have 6 new books ready. Do you guys want them now, or should I space them out?"
right. He's like, well, no new books for a little bit, guys. I gotta work on the screenplay, and everybody's like, that's fine. We're okay with this.
Yeah, and Mistborn, Mistborn could be so good too. And if it isn't
Yeah.
as good and it doesn't go as well as people want it to, it's fine because Mistborn Book One was meant to be a standalone anyway. Like it can stay, it can just be its own
Right.
encapsulated story. You don't have to keep rating the others. So if the first movie doesn't go over well, that's fine. It's closed.
Yeah.
Granted, it gets
And
absolutely crazy in Book 2 and 3, but you don't even have to touch any of that if you don't want to.
I really hope we get there because
Same.
I love the twist to the end of book 3. No spoilers because we're gonna make Zach read it.
No, it's crazy.
I am already really good at doing the twist.
And the worm.
And the worm.
And the worm. I've seen you do the worm.
Well. I had a Project Hail Mary of my own because we could talk about media all day, but I had a Project Hail Mary of my own. And that was win a tournament this last Saturday.
Yeah, you did. How'd it go, buddy?
Participating in a tournament. It was a lot of fun. Had an absolute blast. I didn't perform as well as I was hoping, but I was also very out of practice. I had not gone to a Magic night at like a local game store in probably like a couple months because depression, and it's not been a fun time. But I committed to going to the tournament, and I definitely need to go back to doing my hobbies again. So definitely pushing towards that. So definitely noticed being a little bit more out of practice with like politics for sure. So quite a bit of my friends, local friends, also came and played as well. So there were a few of them who got their first tournament wins, like official tournament wins. So that was really nice. But we had a pretty good turnout. There was prizing for like Underground Sea for first place, and then revised Wheel of Fortunes for top 4.
That's
and
pretty
then
good.
Ristic Studies for top 10. Because we didn't quite have enough for a top 16 cut.
So how does that work then if you're only cutting to top 10?
Great question. I don't know. That's
you
above
left
my pay
before
grade.
that?
No, I was there. But so top 10. So basically with the cut for top 10, the top 2 players got a bye instantly to top 4. And then you had 2 pods, and whoever won those pods
gotcha.
from the top 10 got to play in the final pod.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that's a good way to do it.
Yeah, so that's kind of how they did it, and I think that works because then you're incentivized to be top seed. Like if you're top 2, then you're just already into finals. You get a little bit of a break before finals, and you also are just don't have to worry about playing another game.
Yeah.
Or performing to win another game. But overall, it was a fantastic time. There was the Mystic and the Mage had vending services, so they had quite a bit of like secret layers that you could buy and a bunch of singles and trades. So that was
Yeah,
really nice to have between rounds.
and they're nice people. I met
They
them at
also
ProCon.
were selling Red Bulls and needed those to keep going through the day. So
Yep.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan there.
but yeah, I was on Kinnan. I made a few changes. It was mostly a no bad cards shell from Freedom Waffle. If people know who that is, I assume most people do, but if you're in the CDH world, you probably do. But yeah, it's a couple personal changes, like 2 or 3 cards, nothing too crazy, but overall shell was a no bad cards list.
Okay.
And so it was quite a bit of fun. The first round, it was me. I was third seat as Kinnan, and then we had a first seat Sisay player, second seat Sisay player, third seat
Oh,
me, and then
jeez.
fourth seat Ral.
Oh
Flip Ral,
man.
like baby Ral.
Oh,
So yeah, it was fun.
it
It was fun. Great time.
our friend with the RAL, or is it somebody else?
No, it was no,
Okay. It wasn't Sam?
any of our friend group. No, Sam wasn't there, unfortunately. But
Mm.
Sisay did a mana dork and stuff like that, and then second player Sisay plays turn 1 deafening silence. So
Ooh,
Ral's already
Ouch.
out of the game basically.
we love to see it.
But board state continued. I wasn't doing too crazy of anything. Like nobody was like the Sisay players were definitely in the best spots. Both of them were in a position to possibly win, but I was able to bounce the Sisay, first player Sisay, so that they couldn't activate Sisay and win. And then I was like, I don't really know how to stop the second player Sisay, but we'll deal with that when we get there, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so the second player Sisay, throughout the game, the Rao player revealed that they had a deflecting SWAT. Didn't cast it, but revealed that they had it because they were thinking about using my bounce spell to
Hit the deafening
redirect
silence.
it to the deafening silence and
Yeah.
then win on top of it.
Okay.
And I was like, I can show you interaction to say you can't win afterwards. Like if you do bounce it, because then I can cast more spells too.
Okay.
So he decided not to do that and then let it go through. And then the second Sisay player put a Sahili Rai on the stack to make and he had a Bloom Tender out. And so he had a Vexing Bauble as well. And so I was kind of in a situation of I had a Fierce Guardianship in my hand and a Pact of Negation in my hand. And I had mana up to cast the Fierce Guardianship and counter it, like with the Deafening Silence, so the Sisay player who's getting countered couldn't interact with it.
Okay.
And so I was thinking I could do that, but I also had enough mana on because it would have been my turn right after to do a Kinnan spin and then go into my turn with a really good standing. And so I was debating on being greedy and priority bullying the Rao player into forcing them to deal with the Sahili Rai targeting the Bloom Tender and then deflecting swatting it to another target, and then it deals with the problem while I keep my interaction and also have a Kinnan spin going into my turn. So
Okay.
it was kind of like be a jerk and hope for the best and like be greedy and playing more to win versus not to lose, or just counter the Sahili Rai and keep going
Right.
with the game. And so ultimately I decided to priority bully and go with that route, which ultimately did end up not going well for me. So basically I was like, okay, yeah, cool. I will pass on Sahili, and then Rao was like, okay, cool. Everyone passes on Sahili, and then the target happens, and he's like, he did what he should have done, not knowing the information he had, like that I was priority bullying him and kind of throwing if he didn't do it. But he made the decision to just say, I'm not going to do it because I'm already going to lose the game. There's no point in doing that.
Yeah.
Like, there's no point in me casting the spell because with the Deafening Silence, I'm already so out of this game. There's no point in, like, I'm going to lose either way. Realistically, you probably should have offered like a draw in that moment, but it was the first game of the day. I don't know at least for me, I was not even thinking about draws.
Yeah.
And so he just fast forwarded and didn't do anything, and so we just lost to the Sisay. And we're like, okay. And then I told him afterwards, I was like, yeah, I had an option that I could have countered it, but I did play greedy and I did priority bully you. I think it was the best option that I had in that moment to be in the best position to win the game. And so, I played with him quite a few times before, so like it wasn't like I did this purposely to spite you. Like but he was super understanding, super sweet about it, and he's like, "Yeah, I appreciate you letting me know that you did that too." And like he had no idea that I was doing that at all, but like he just appreciated getting to know the information. So
Yeah.
but no, super interesting game. Good way to start up the day.
Yeah, certainly an interesting game to start.
And then the second game is the only game I won on the day, but it was definitely not a deserved win in any way, shape, or form. So it was like a Lumra, Atali, Big Atraxa, the one that gets you see 10 cards and then pick one of each type, and then me on Kitten. I kept a pretty rough hand, but I went down to like 3 or 4, and it was like a turn 3 Consecrated Sphinx. And I'm like, I just got to make it work the best I can. And so the Lumra player was popping off immensely. It was like turn 3, I had played my Consecrated Sphinx, and then I was just hoping to draw anything. And then the Lumra player popped off the next turn. I drew an Endurance in my hand from the Consecrated Sphinx. And so then I was like, okay, maybe I can get another green card from someone drawing cards. So we tried our best. Lumra had quite a bit of lands, and then a Lotus Cobra type effect out, and that was it really. And then Sylvan Safekeeper to sacrifice lands.
Oh yeah, you're done for.
Yeah, that's all that Lumra needs, man.
It was rough, and that's what I thought too, because the Lumra player told the table like, here's what I'm going to do. The Atraxa player, who was a shoe-in to like make wasn't originally planning to play in the tournament, but did end up playing because we needed one more person to make it even, and so he offered to jump in. So that was nice. But he was like, we still have like 40 minutes left in the rounds. Like, let's play through it. Like, just play through it. I want you to play through it. Play through the whole loop of Lumra, like what you're doing. And so we're going through tracking the Lumra sacrificing lands, making the mana from the Lotus Petal or the Lotus Cobra effect, and then how much the commander tax on Lumra is. And we were going through the loop the whole time. I drew quite a few cards at one point, and I never drew a green card for Endurance, so I can never use it. It was all blue cards and colorless, so unfortunately. But we were going through the loop, and then the Atraxa player noticed that Lumra was costing more than the mana Lumra was making from the lands coming back. And so eventually, like the end of the loop, the way that Lumra was going to win is by like a ping land. Like the land
desert.
Deal damage. Yeah, desert type effect. And so basically it wouldn't get enough mana to recast Lumra enough times to bring the land back to deal enough damage to all 3 players, because Lumra was missing an untap effect. So what wasn't netting mana after the whole library or all of the lands are in the graveyard. You're not making enough mana that the commander tax would eventually be too high, because you can't tap the lands for mana because they're not getting tapped in any way. You're just making it from the Lotus Cobra. Yeah, they're just only entering to make the mana because of the Lotus Cobra effect. So there wasn't making a positive amount of mana once your lands are all in your grave from your library because you mill with Lumra. And so eventually you're not making enough mana to cast Lumra again because of commander tax.
Now, I don't know, and I won't pretend to know how Lumra wins, but don't they usually include Mirror Pool as a way to get around that? Using Mirror Pool to copy Lumra and letting the copy do all the ETB and die effects, while you have your real Lumra in play the whole time, so you don't need to worry about the commander tax. Isn't that how they normally do it?
That's a real possibility. And
did they have a Mirror
Lumra
Pool?
Player is like the first, this is like their second tournament playing Lumra, and like official tournament. So it could have been like stress and nerves and anxiety of like being in a tournament and stakes could have gotten to them, and they didn't really think of that possibility or that loop. There was also a Tabernacle that we kind of forgot about too at one point. So
who played the Tabernacle?
Lumra.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, because like you don't really care. I mean, you're gonna have the lands and mana to pay for your creatures no matter what you're doing.
I guess.
And if other people like me having a Kinnan and a Consecrated Sphinx, I don't want to pay by 2 lands to pay for it. But yeah, I think it could have been nerves and just anxiety of missing that line and that possibility, and having to go through the line completely also is a little bit tougher because
it's
you
rough.
don't want to mess up. You don't want to mess up. You don't want to mess up. But like it just kind of goes to show that you should definitely make your opponents play it out if you have the time limit to do so. Like
Yep.
because then it went around again, and I was able to win on my turn with a transmute artifact, got infinite mana, went through the endurance loop of my own, and draw everyone out with Fairy Mastermind.
That's crazy.
But it's just like
a win's a win, though,
unfortunate
right?
timing. Yeah, a win's a win. A win's a win. I felt bad because I'm like, I'm pretty sure you have it, but it's just not quite there.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was a ton of fun. And then I scrubbed out of the tournament. I only had one win. The last like 2 games of the day were terrible. My deck just did not give me anything good, and I got like a mental misstepped my Soul Ring, and like it just didn't have any chance to do anything. There was a moment where one of the games it was Tasigur, Kinnan, and Kinnan.
No way!
What a pod! Yeah,
please tell me Tasigur took it.
Player.
Come on, Tasigur, did you do it?
No, we drew that game.
Oh,
but
good enough.
The Tasigur player is like my official rival in tournaments. So we
have a rival?
Each other once. So like when we got into the pod together, we were obviously joking and shit talking a little bit, for lack of better terms. To each other.
I'm like,
and the other 2 Kinnan players were loving it.
We are talking about Zack. I don't think Zack actually has rivals in real life.
No, I don't think so. I hope not. I mean, if people don't like me, that's their choice. I mean, I can't make someone like me. But I don't think I'm a terrible person. I try to be a kind person to everyone. But yeah. So we were having a good time there. First Kinnan was popping off crazy. He like flipped into a Wandering Archaic. He had like 7 mana. Just like main phase was flipping, so I think he was on the big flip plan of just like flip Kinnan the best he can. Got a Wandering Archaic the first spin. Me and the other Kinnan player. Literally, like, I played a land, I played a fish. Fish didn't get like 1 or 2 draws. It didn't do much of anything. Couldn't afford to pay for the fish again because I didn't draw no land. I was like, cool, whatever. The other Kinnan player had a land, drew another land, played Kinnan, and that was like basically all I did all game. We were both not doing anything at all.
That sucks.
And then I played a Mox Opal, I played a Soul Ring with my 1 land, and then I played Mana Vault with the thing, and then the Kinnan player who was doing well Mind Break trapped my Mana Vault. So I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Kick them all they're down.
Yeah. I'm like, all right, whatever. I mean, if you want to do that, you can. Cool.
Don't let them get back up again. That's the key here.
Absolutely.
It's like, for sure. I mean, like, so that the Tasigur player, we got into a position where we were trying to figure out how to stop the Kinnan player who's popping off. I mean, he had like 4 mana rocks and a Hullbreaker Horror and an Wandering Archaic. Like, we're like, he just draws something he just needs to cast and he wins. So Tasigur activated Tasigur, mills 2 cards. He has no cards in his grave because he used them to cast Tasigur the previous turn with Delve, and he mills over a Force of Vigor, and so we're like, sick. Maybe we can kill some of the rocks, and because like one of the rocks was a Mox Diamond, so you can't really loop with Mox Diamond because you have to discard a
land,
land card, otherwise you sacrifice it, and so it's not as good of a looping rock as quite a bit of the other 0 rocks and a Hullbreaker Horror loop. And so he casts it, and then the Wandering Archaic copies it because he doesn't have mana to pay for it. And I'm the only one with 2 artifacts, so he targets my Mox Opal and my Soul Ring.
No.
I'm like, oh man, this sucks. So I had a Commandeer in my hand, so I commandeered the copied Force of Vigor, and we just targeted all 4 of the mana rocks of that Kinnan player. So he had like no rocks to bounce. And so basically we got into a point where the Tasigur player had a Devoted Druid in the graveyard, and he put a Hazel's Brewmaster on the stack. The Kinnan player that was also not doing anything at all with me. We were interacting and like keeping it going, but we were not doing anything. We weren't going to win. His name was Josh. Shout out to Josh from Utah. Fantastic person. Super fun. I
feel like I've met this guy. He might have been at the last.
He was a sweetheart.
He might have been at the last Gem State one too.
It's possible. Him and his friend group, I talked with him quite a bit after that match. So
yeah.
And sold a card or two to one of his friends as well.
Nice.
Shout out to Commandeer Simp. I don't remember your name. I asked it once, but that's your name on Top Deck, so that's what I remember you by.
Nice.
Commandeer Simp, because he always gets commandeered. His wristics will always get commandeered, without a doubt.
That's funny.
Basically, he showed him like a subtlety to like bounce it back to his hand. Josh, the Kindle player, was like trying to figure out, like, he after the game has like, that's the moment where we probably should have like asked for a draw, because both of us were not going to win. Because there was a moment where I had a snapback in my hand, so it was a very similar situation with the subtlety, and I just like, Josh was like, you should offer a draw at this point, and I'm like, I didn't even think about draws at all day. Like, I completely forgot that draws are a thing you should push for, just from like inexperience or like lack of playing or practicing of like an actual tournament setting, and not just like casual fun CDH that you're just playing to play. And so I didn't even think about a draw. And then Josh was like, dude, just ask for a draw at this point, because like, we're not doing good. You can just say, if I don't snap back to Hazel's Brewmaster, the Kinnan that's doing well is going to lose. If I do, there's a high chance of the Kinnan player winning on their turn. So it was kind of up to the Tasker player to decide if the draw is official or not, or to like actually accept the draw or not, because he was the one that kind of had the most of the power in that moment. And so ultimately we just drew, but it was a lot of fun games. Really good group of people, had a really good turnout. The Tasker player, my rifle, actually ended up getting to top 10 and winning a Ristic study.
Nice,
which
good for them.
And then the Sisei player who won, and I let win the first round, his name's Liam. Shout out to Liam as well. It was this was his first tournament on Sisei, like first official tournament like ever, and on a deck that he doesn't typically play. I think it's one of his decks, but not the main deck that I usually play against him. He used to be a Zur player, but Zur's not a deck as much anymore.
Right.
But he actually was top seat for the whole day.
Nice.
So he was first place all the way through to the finals, and then ended up getting second place.
Nice.
So the finals pod actually ended up being a Tivit player, Austin. Shout out to Austin, huge community member of the Gem State CDH. He does like quite a few altars on cards, and like actual genuine altars, and like has them as a giveaway for like the tournaments and
That's cool.
top cuts. Garrett, the Winota player, won a Force of Negation, I think, that he had done, and it looks really good. But cool artist, really cool guy. So he was on Tivit, and then Sisei, Liam on Sisei, and then there was a Najila player, which he's been on Najila forever.
Hey,
it's super fun to watch.
I'm super excited to hear that, because I've been told that for the Boise community, at least, there's like nobody with the Najila. So
yeah, he is like the Najila pilot that I know.
Hell yeah,
it's you and him, and like those are the two Najilas.
He's got to be way better than me, because I don't get very much practice. But
that is like his main deck. Like, he's had it forever. It's basically, I think he's missing like one card to like finish blinging it out immensely. He's also one of the people that do like the old school events here in Boise as well. It's like the old school Magic. And then the Rao player was also in the top cut, but he actually dropped from the finals. I think he had to go home or do something, but he dropped. So the finals was a 3-player pod. So R.I.P. Tivit player, although not R.I.P. because he won.
I was gonna say. I saw the announcement. He won the event.
Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. And then while the finals were going, we were just talking with friends and hanging out, trading cards and doing stuff like that. And somebody like asked if I had an Unagi of Kyoshi Island, because he needed it for his Animar deck, but he didn't have a copy, so he just played without it. And I had one in my binder, so I gave it to him. And he was like, "Dude, no, you should sign it. If you're gonna give it to me, just like sign it for me." Kind of like what the Italian player did for you, Josh.
yeah.
Before you left. And so I was like, yeah, no, of course. So I gave him a little like breathing fire. I gave the Nagi like a little sword, and then signed it. And then Gabe, the Tassiger player who won the Ristic study, was like, dude, sign my Ristic study too. Scribble on my Ristic study. I'm like, are you sure, man? That's like a $50 card. I don't know if you want me to like devalue it. He's like, no, you're gonna be famous one day, so it'll be like a $50 card to like a $3 card, but with your signature, it'll be like a $7 card. And I'm like, hey, that's fair, man. That's fair. So I did a little bit of doodle on it. Gave him like a little top hat, and like just give him a mustache and a little book.
I know. I was going to ask about that Ristic study and how we got to that point, but that's cool.
Yeah, so now he has a Ristic study, 1 of 1, signed by yours truly, that is in his Tassiger deck. And so,
all right.
You'll
anytime I play against him, I have to commandeer it so that I can have my own Ristic study.
You'll be able to see the art. We're gonna have it up on the Insta for this episode.
And once we post the episode, the Instagram post will have the picture of the Ristic study I scribbled on. But
Yeah.
it was a ton of fun. Absolutely love the Mystic and the Mage, and then also Manchai, someone who the judge and runs the actual event. Big shout out to them, and they're phenomenal for this community, and just always a blast, always a fun time.
Yeah, I wish I could have gone.
Next one is in June, right?
Yeah,
June.
we're going to Salt City in June.
Yeah, we're going to Salt City in June, and then there's also a
there's another one
tournament in June as well.
Oh, is there? Okay.
So
yeah, I was like, there's the one over in this area in June, because they had announced that hey, we've got a date for it already.
Nice. Okay. Well, I don't know. Maybe I could see if there's that Utah crowd that travels up for these. If they're going to go to that one, maybe they could swing by and grab me too. I don't know.
Find Josh. Find Josh.
I know. Hey, if you guys are listening,
wait. I struggle to like advertise us, but like I did advertise the best I could to people that I played with for the podcast.
Nice.
And Josh was one of them. So maybe Josh, if you're listening, reach out to us, and if you're going to come to Boise in June, let other Josh know.
Well, if you're willing to work with me and give me a ride up there, I might be able to swing it in my schedule, but we will see.
Yeah, no. Josh was a sweetheart. Him and his friend group were a ton of fun to hang out with and talk to, and everybody was super nice. Everyone was super cool.
No.
Like, I was a little nervous coming into it just because I hadn't played official Magic in a hot minute, and I didn't really expect too much, but everyone was super kind, super sweet.
Yeah, that is good to hear.
That's what I like to hear.
Now,
good community.
Last question I got about this tournament is, were there tie-ins?
This is the last answer I'm going to give. I did not see any tie-ins. There was a sliver player.
First chain food sliver?
No. Sliver Queen. It was a genuine sliver deck that he was trying to do.
Really?
Wild.
Yeah.
Really?
I was like, oh, you do you, boo. You know, you live your life.
Yeah,
you want to try it.
For it.
If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You know, but like,
that's how I feel about trying to run Zethris. I'm like, basically nobody runs this guy.
Yeah.
But no tie-ins, unfortunately.
That sucks. That really sucks to hear. But, there will be more tie-ins wherever I go.
Yeah.
There's always a time where you are.
Exactly.
Yeah, at least one.
Yeah, tournaments are a lot of fun. If you have a chance to do them, do them. They're
Absolutely
so much fun. Everyone's super nice. You could get cards. Just like, even if you don't do well, it's the experience that matters, and like just building community and meeting new people.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
This is like pipe dreamy, but I would love to someday run a sealed commander pre-con event.
Oh, I would
where
love that.
You show up, you pay in, you roll a wheel, you see what you get, and then boom, you play that deck. And that's the deck you play, and it's just a tournament where everybody is playing a pre-con that they just opened up, no changes at all. See what happens.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Hey, you could see if you could get something like that scheduled for Strixhaven. I know it's pretty soon. But Strixhaven is going to have 5 precons, right? So it makes the wheel easier. It makes the balancing easier.
I'm talking about like Chaos Draft level precon. Like,
okay.
I'm talking Lord of the Rings. I'm talking like Merfolk. I'm talking like things. Granted, I don't want to do stuff like
the beginner
Innistrad ones. What?
The beginner
how does that work with
decks?
Dockside? The Dockside deck. If I pick that as my like,
if it's in your deck, it's legal.
Is it legal?
Yeah,
because it's constructed, right, or like sealed.
Yeah.
So
out of the box. You're not making any changes to it. If you luck out and you get the one with Dockside, you get to play Dockside.
Are you allowed to play alternate commanders?
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to play it out of the box. No deck list changes. You can play the different commander because they're part of the deck list, but that's the thing. It's like I wanna do a thing where we get some chaos going on here because I think that'd just be a lot of fun. Granted, you're gonna have people that are gonna luck out and get stronger decks, but
yeah, but like it's the same thing as like a jumpstart tournament kind of thing,
right?
Like the jumpstart packs you get are what you get. Like you can't, like even like pre-releases are like sealed environment. Then, someone's gonna get something better than me. That's okay.
If you don't get a better deck, you just got to politic better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Tough stains, stuck on food, Phyrexians. All of these things have a way of putting themselves in places they don't belong. But not anymore. Introducing Silex Blast. With all new Silex Blast, these problems and more can be removed from existence. Just ask our CEO, Urza. Hi, I'm Urza, founder of the Tolarian Academy, leader of Urza's Iron Alliance, and CEO of Silex Blast. I created Silex Blast to deal with problems in my life that normal cleaning agents just couldn't. When I was a child, my brother Mishra and I would always get covered in dirt and grass stains, trying to find priceless Thran artifacts. Our poor mother worked tirelessly to remove these stains, and that was my inspiration behind Silex Blast. It uses powerful magic to destroy at a molecular level, leaving no trace of its victims behind. I truly believe this cleaner will change the world. Just listen to our glowing reviews. Try Silex Blast today!
Our first question today that we're going to get to answering, this is an advice podcast. We do answer questions for people, and we do help out people a ton.
Sometimes we do.
Sometimes we just like to chat, but we do have some questions for everyone today. Our first question today is from the EDH subreddit from username newconcentrate9682. That is a username that the website gave to you. Nobody's picking that.
No. He's the hero. They are the hero we need because the orange juice concentrate has been discontinued or whatever, and like this is the new concentrate. So they are bringing it back. We appreciate you, new concentrate. Hopefully, you get a little bit more flavors, like maybe like a kiwi strawberry.
That'd be pretty good.
Great. Yeah. But thank you for your
mango
service.
peach.
Thank you for your service, new concentrate 9682. We need you.
Yeah.
Anyway, the question that they posed on the subreddit was, how long are you supposed to wait for someone to kill you? The post says,
sir?
I'll explain
What?
here. So my friend had a Mossborn Hydra on the board, which essentially doubles its power for each land he played. And after I unsuccessfully tried to win the game by attacking both of my friends, the turn passed to him, and he grinned at me and told me that he's going to hit me for 1 billion damage. The Hydra was already big enough to kill me that turn without any buffs, but he said he wanted to buff it. I said, alright, and then after about 15 to 20 minutes of him buffing it, I got frustrated, and said that this has already taken a while, and that we only have a limited time to play each week, and I threatened to scoop if it kept going. This is where the argument started. My friend started saying I don't want them to have fun, and that I'm upset because I'm the one dying. You see, I didn't realize this before, but my friends wanted to limit test the Hydra by playing as many lands as humanly possible. That's why the turn was taking up so much time. We argued for a while, but I felt guilty and ended up apologizing and letting them do what they wanted to do, which took another 15 to 20 minutes of him doing everything he could. So, at a minimum, his entire turn was 30 to 40 minutes. So, am I the jerk? I'm new to Magic the Gathering, and I've only played with this group of friends, so I don't know the etiquette rules. Philosophically, I do understand why people enjoy limit testing, even if I don't. I just see it as bad manners when you're about to kill someone. This has been in my head for a couple days now, and I figured to ask here. He has an edit that he's saying, yes, we were playing Commander, it was a 3-man game. So, my initial thoughts on this is that I don't know if they're using the term limit testing right here. You know?
No. They're not. Because basically, the situation here is you're being held hostage in a way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which can be a good thing. Like, I mean, if you're with friends, like, if I'm going to die, but my friend wants to do it in a cool way, like 1 billion damage, depending on the situation, absolutely. Like, hell yeah, man. That's a cool way to die. Like, if you can show me the loop and not take 30, 40 minutes, boom, this guy's now 1 billion damage, you kill me. Sweet. But, like, don't negotiate with terrorists. Like, you can stop playing the game at any moment. Like, if you're like, oh, you killed me, cool, scoop. Like, I'm done. You killed me.
Well,
like,
then
congrats.
he could just kill the other guy. You're in a new game.
Yeah, if you
exactly.
two just scoop, and while he sits there and figures out how big it would have been, you guys grab new decks for the night, you know? Like, you change it up.
Yeah.
Or you sit and you figure out some trades while he's playing with himself, you know? I really think that limit testing is the wrong term here. I think there's a spectrum, right? On one end, you have gold fishing, and the other, you have limit testing. Gold fishing is when you are able to play your deck basically with no consequences. Nobody's going to interact. You're always going to have perfect mana. You're just play testing your deck to see what it can do in a perfect world. That's what was happening here. This was basically gold fishing mid-game. Limit testing is more of, I am on the ropes. How far can I stretch what I have? You know? It is with
What's
these...
the minimum amount of lands I can run in my deck?
Exactly. It is, what are the... With these cards in play, knowing I am going to draw this card from like a top deck tutor or scry or something, knowing I'm getting these resources, knowing I currently have these other resources, what is my best possible scenario if I don't get anything else this turn? It's a very common thing you'll see. I'm sure it's probably in like a Lumra Discord, but our TIAM Discord for the CEDH list has a puzzles section where people will upload a deck list and say, here is your deck list, here is your hand, here is your board, here is the graveyard, and any relevant pieces on your opponent's table. How do you win from here? Right? And you're basically trying to take all of these things that you have, these pieces, and form this puzzle to piece together a win. And practicing that is very good, especially for CEDH play, but it's very good for your commander play. Knowing what you have and knowing how to sequence to get the best possible outcome, that is limit testing.
I think like a lot of high-level chess players do that. Where
yes.
They have like certain
Chess.com has so many of those types of puzzles.
Okay.
You'll just go, hey, how do I get out, or how do I get checkmate in 3 turns or whatever?
Yeah. How do you do it? Like get there. Yeah. That's kind of cool. And having it in Magic scenarios just kind of makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Now I'm trying to think. I'm not particularly a good enough programmer to do this, but I would love a program where I could plug in a TIAM deck list and it would give me a sample board, hand, and turn, and it would be like, can you win from here? And the computer either knows in its head, yes, this is a winnable state, or no, this is not a winnable state, you know, and so I can try to figure it out. I think that would be super fun, but also very difficult to code, and I'm not about to vibe code it.
Especially since you have to do all the extra things, but like, hey, am I winning through interaction? Am I winning if nobody interacts with me?
Yeah.
All those extra things add extra layers to the code.
Yeah.
For sure.
Which is why there's a difference with gold fishing and limit testing. Gold fishing, you are assuming there is never any interaction, right? That you can just play everything freely and play whatever you want for fun and just keep going. Limit testing is saying, I'm not going to have everything. I'm not going to be able to have as many turns as I want to just keep playing around. I have this, and this is what I have to try to do.
I think the biggest thing here for New Concentrate though is I don't think you should feel guilty at all.
No,
I don't think he shouldn't, like, your friend should not have pressured you into having to sit there for another half hour while they raise the number on a dice.
No,
like you could just say, hey, here's how I get all my lands out. It's going to be this number. I did the math. That's a lot of damage. Hell yeah, that was sick. Cool, new game.
That's as fast as a conversation needs to be. Like you do not need to wait around for someone to kill you. This is fully a game, and if you're not enjoying the game, you can leave the game. If you have decided, like, hey, you have this game, you are going to win this game, I'm stepping out of it. I'm done. Because I don't want to sit here and be forced to watch you play this out. Right? Even if it's just, sure, go ahead and figure it out. I will leave my board here for you to reference it, but I will
do the math. I'm going to get a drink.
I will F6, which is Magic terms for I will never have any responses, pretend I don't exist, and just walk away from the table and do something else. Grab a drink, go eat some snacks, use the bathroom, come back. Pull out a different deck, play some Hopper, pull up Slay the Spire 2, go play a different game, call your mom, anything else, right? Anything else. But sit there and watch this dude play with himself in front of you for another 15 minutes.
And you're not even consenting to that.
Exactly. No. Yeah. You do not need to wait for someone to kill you. Absolutely not.
You initially consented, but now you're going to want to revoke that consent now and be like, I don't want to do this no more.
Consent is freely given and freely taken, and it must be respected either way.
But I do think that the first initial 15 minutes could be reasonable in some situations, but then after that, if you're still going after that, you know you're going to win.
Yeah.
There's nowhere around
Show me the loop. Show me the loop. Like, show me what you're doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
One time. And then once I see that it's a thing that it is a continuous loop that you can choose to stop at this point. Like, then, absolutely. I got you.
I've had plenty of decks where I'm like, my loop is not going for a little bit, but after I figured out, I'm like, hey guys, this is what's going on here. I can play it out if you want, or we could just say, you got it, and move on.
Yeah.
And like, I think you should live by the philosophy of, you can't kill me if I kill myself. Right?
It's true.
Like you can concede at any moment.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. There is no reason to stick around if you don't want to. And as they say, the person who is 80% most likely to kill you than anyone else is yourself, but not if you get him first.
And that's just math.
Exactly.
It is.
Are you looking for a hot new stud to star in your feature film? Or maybe you need a depressed bald guy for your new antidepressant commercial. Or maybe even you need to pay someone to pretend to be your ugly kid's friend. Whatever role you need, Gly Wayne's casting agency will be there with speed. We have all varieties of actors, and so many different roles we can fill, including but not limited to dead guys, alive guys, and anything in between. We have elves, giants, merfolk, fairies, humans, anthropomorphic turtles. Call 1-800-ROLL-CALL. Talk to your kind representative and book your actor today. We even do kids' parties. Again, that was 1-800-ROLL-CALL to get your actor today.
Our next question here is from the EDH subreddit as well. This is from username DWorkinCZ or DworkinCZ. I don't know.
You're working the command zone.
Maybe it's like dwarf. Maybe it's like dwarf twerking. Is that a thing?
Twerking. I like that.
Deep Rock Galactic Win.
Right.
Hell yeah. What's that? Gimli? What's the Lord of the Rings dwarf?
Yeah, Gimli.
It was Gimli.
Yeah, Gimli clapping cheeks. 10 out of 10.
All right, so their question, and this is a discussion piece again. Absolutely not acknowledging that.
I'm just sitting here thinking about a low-budget animation of Gimli.
Yeah.
Not the beard.
Yeah, it's not the beard cheeks. Let me say.
Anyway,
you carved that stone, boy. You carved that stone.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. So, DworkinCZ says, is my deck too strong for bracket X? And this is a discussion he began where he says, I keep seeing questions like this, and I think they represent a misunderstanding of what brackets really are and what their purpose is. Brackets are guidelines that try to reduce the number of times the pod suffers from power level mismatch. They're not there so you can cheat in a deck that formally meets the requirements for a certain bracket, but in reality stomps over everyone else. This is not MMA. The point of EDH...
maybe it is. I mean, I don't know what kind of commander you're playing.
The point of EDH is to create an environment where 4 people are having fun playing Magic. You are one of 4 dungeon masters responsible for making that happen, and brackets are one of the tools you have at your disposal to achieve that goal. If your group
that's kind of cute. The dungeon master's cute.
It is. He says, if your group repeatedly complains about your deck and considers it too strong, it doesn't really matter if it meets the requirements of a certain bracket or not. You shouldn't be playing it in this group, period. Winning an argument about it being bracket X and thus being able to play it is in direct contradiction of the core philosophy of EDH. If you're the only one at the table who's having fun and you don't care, you don't need advice on what bracket your deck is. You need another kind of help.
Maybe the MMA EDH game. That'll give you some help.
like slap boxing, but
you'd be surprised.
It's like boxing chess or whatever. Like,
there are so many IPs that have their own trading card game, and I learned this from a short of I think it was Actually, the Dropout TV game. There is a Bible-based card game called the Redemption card game. It
I
is
want
the
some so
second
bad.
longest running TCG, right behind Magic.
I want
They should
some
stop
tokens
printing it and have
so
a
bad.
rerun.
I would also like
tokens
to
would be
get.
good.
Hang on, I'm actually going to do a quick search here.
Because getting
I need
some
a
of those
great
tokens would be
Jesus Christ card.
fantastic. Like think of just like Joseph of Many Colors or something like that. Using
Yeah.
the Cloak of Many Colors as a treasure token.
Like an
That'd be
everything
sick.
token. Like
Yeah.
Guys, this is totally a tangent from what this guy wanted to talk about, but I'm on the Redemption card game Wikipedia article, and I have to talk about the first sentence I read and how funny it is. The object of the game is to rescue the required number of lost souls, usually 5, before the opponent does. To rescue a lost soul, a player must initiate a rescue attempt by playing a hero. The opponent then plays an evil character to block the rescue attempt and start a battle. In a battle, players take turns playing enhancement cards to make their characters stronger. When both players have finished playing enhancements, the player whose character's strength is equal to or higher than their opponent's toughness wins the battle. If the hero defeats the evil character, the hero rescues the lost soul. After a battle, the winning character remains in play and can be used again. And the losing character, as well as all enhancement played, are discarded. It has no resource system.
all right, I'm selling out of Magic. I'm going to
This
move
is
to a new card
so-
game.
So there's card
I'm
types.
gonna grade my Jesus Christ card 1 of 1.
So there's card types. There's
1 of 2 actually, because he came back, right? So 1 of 2.
There's
True.
Lost
It's true.
Soul is a
Pre-resurrection and post.
Yeah.
It's a flip card. It's a flip card. It's a transform.
I played Jesus Christ in defense position.
You have to get you drew the crucifixion.
That's the 1 counter.
All it does is transform him. It doesn't stop him.
Yeah. But he's so much stronger.
It actually separates my Jesus Christ card into 3 separate entities of the Heavenly Father, the Holy Ghost, and Jesus Christ.
Anyway, so let me read these card types and how funny these are. There's a Lost Soul, which those are individual cards in the deck. There's characters, enhancements, dominant. These are instants, it seems, from the description. A site, so like a location from the League of Legends card game. What was that called?
Riftbound.
Riftbound, yeah. So sites sound like a Riftbound location.
Okay.
A fortress.
field spell.
Yeah. Artifacts, which just sounds like an artifact? Oh, they sound like the old mono artifacts.
Okay.
Covenants, curses, and cities.
This is more intense than I was expecting from a religion card game.
Their last expansion was released in 2025. Last year.
Oh, so it's recent.
They did put it... No, it is still going. The top part of this says that this... it was first published in July of 1995, and its creator, Rob Anderson, continues to develop and produce the game and is the final authority on all rulings. This man is the one-man show of the Redemption collectible card game, which is so crazy.
Do they have collector boosters?
I don't think so. You want to hear all of the set names?
Yes.
Because, okay, there's like a lot here. There's like 30. You ready?
I'm ready.
Originals. First edition starter deck. And then we have some expansions. Yeah. The Prophets, the Women, the Warriors. Second edition starter decks and some expansions. The Apostles, the Patriarchs, the Kings. Then we have the third edition starter decks. Angel Wars, an expansion in 2004. The 10th anniversary starter decks. Some more expansions. The Priests, Faith of Our Fathers, Rock of Ages, Thesaurus Exprateritius. I don't know, that's Latin, man. The Disciples. And then there's extended expansions for Faith of Our Fathers and Rock of Ages. The 4th edition starter decks came out in 2013. In 2014, they came out with The Early Church, The Persecuted Church, Cloud of
The Early
Witnesses, Revelation of John, Fall of Man, Prophecies of Christ 2, The Lineage of
Ooh,
Christ,
Wow.
Gospel of Christ, Israel's Deliverance, Israel's Rebellion, Roots, and then the final one, Israel's Inheritance, and then the most recent expansion, Times to Come.
Times
Excellent.
to come.
Oh, and
I know that one well.
from the Fall of Man onward, all of these are still in print technically. So Prophecies of
That's
Christ
crazy.
and Prophecies of Christ 2 are still in print, guys.
You're telling me there's not
Nice.
like a reserve list? Like,
I don't think so.
Nope.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay, but like, why is there not a set named Return of the King or something like that? Like that, like so easy for like Return of Christ
Right.
or whatever.
There's tournaments?
That's true.
All right, guys,
That's
I'm going to be a
amazing.
professional redemption player.
Yo, there's a tournament in Bend, Oregon.
Oh, my hometown. I was born there. I will return to my homeland and I will win this tournament.
guys,
Go.
there's one in Emmett.
Oh,
That's close enough.
No way.
All right, I'm
no
selling out
way
of Magic
there's
the
one in
Gathering.
Emmett,
I'm
dude.
selling out. I'm
and-
now trading my collection
It's
for
the
redemption
weekend of my
cards.
birthday, too. Oh my gosh, what a way to spend my birthday, going back up to Emmett and playing the redemption card game in the tournament, dude. Oh my gosh.
This is no longer a Magic the Gathering podcast. We're a redemption podcast. Listen to we read the Bible before we start talking.
the verse of the week is John 3:15. Yeah.
Yeah, verse of the week. Here's our sponsor, verse of the week.
I'm trying to figure out where can I buy. Okay, Prophecies of Christ. You can get a booster pack or a booster pack display, which is 24 packs. And it
Do all
costs.
proceeds go to a church?
I assume it just goes to him, right? Like,
I would assume so.
He
I don't
probably
know,
plays
man.
tithes of some kind, so it kind of goes to the church, right?
Probably.
yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
This is
D-Work and
crazy.
CZ, I think everything you had asked about us, I think you just drop all of it. None of it matters. You're playing Redemption now.
Yeah, this solves the bracket problem. Why bother? You know what doesn't have a bracket system? The redemption card game.
Yeah.
You know who has one person who makes all decisions? Redemption.
Guys,
Jesus.
wait a minute. I have
Literally Jesus.
I have to do a check now.
What's the metagame of Redemption? Is it like a Joseph deck or a Moses deck?
Yeah, maybe like Noah's in the meta right now. I don't know.
Yeah, I think Noah. He floods out all your opponents.
Dude.
Right?
Well, they don't have to use resources, so I mean, probably got some kind
You
of.
get countered by
mechanic.
Moses though because he splits the sea, and Noah can't stop that.
Guys,
Right?
Redemption is on Tabletop Simulator.
Oh,
This is our moment.
No way. Oh
we
man.
can learn how to play Redemption.
Yo, I know what I'm doing this weekend.
Crazy. That's crazy.
Learning how to play Redemption.
Oh my goodness. Well, that was
Just
a
wait till
trip.
my Satan deck comes in with his snake.
Whoa.
Eat the apple, dude. Eat the apple.
Zack doesn't care about winning. He just wants to make sure you lose.
Yeah.
I will make sure you do not rescue 5 lost souls.
Yeah, those lost souls are mine.
Well, I think we helped this guy, Dwark and CZ.
Yeah,
I think
Dwark.
that's a good enough answer for you.
Quick recap for D working here. Gimli's ass cheeks clapping. Play Redemption. Bam. Bracket system's not real. Who cares? Boom. Those are the 3 things you need in life, and you're gonna live long and prosper.
Yeah. The
All right.
derail of that one. There is no survivors for that train.
Oh man, I'm
Hey, there's
pretty
no
sure,
lost souls to collect here anymore.
dude.
There's no lost souls.
We derailed so hard, we made the opening of Unbreakable seem like a walk in the park.
Yeah.
There's a reference for about 6 of you.
We derailed harder than
Oh,
the
yeah.
train in Super 8.
All right, well, let's just stay off the rails then, and let's just chat. How are you guys doing? Are you doing anything?
Chatted.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
tournament was great, fantastic. Project Hail Mary, 10 out of 10.
can I just say,
Okay.
so I've got a fun little update. So my sister Melly, friend of the pod, messaged me the other day, And she, on her Switch, they recently added some new games to the virtual Game Boy store and like library and that. So for those of you who don't know,
old school games.
Nintendo often will have virtual consoles built into their console systems where you can play older games that were not originally on that system, but you can like still play them and experience them. So they have a lot of like old NES games, old SNES games, and if you have like a premium subscription, not just a normal online subscription, but a premium subscription, you get access to their Game Boy Advance library as well.
Oh wow! I knew they had like the 64 games, but I didn't know the Game Boy Advance
They have
was.
GameCube, 64, and Game Boy Advance games, and one of those they recently, like for example, they recently added Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green into the mix.
Yeah, I did see that.
Fire Red is my first Pokemon game I ever played. I actually still have a physical copy of Pokemon Fire Red. But Melly messaged me, and she told me that she had begun playing Minish Cap, The Legend of Zelda Minish Cap.
That's your favorite one.
It is my absolute favorite game of all time. And so...
Your profile picture online was always the little Minish Cap guy.
Yeah, it only, like, I think a year ago I changed it to the Pokemon Rowlet kind of holding his head and looking panicked, because it was just kind of my internal monologue at all times.
Yeah, that's just me. It's the same picture.
Yeah. But we've been talking for the last couple days as she's been playing through it, and just like, oh, I'm stuck on this one thing, and I've played it so many times. I'm like, yeah, you're here, so have you tried doing this? And she'll be like, oh, yeah. And then I was like, oh, hey, there's this glitch in the game. Can you test it out? So if you go play Minish Cap, and there's an item in the game called the mole mitts. These let you dig up a tile right in front of you. And it'll just like, it'll give you a chance to get maybe a heart or a small amount of rupees or this kinstone, which is a thing that you use in the game. And there's I don't know if it was intentional or left in by accident or what, but if you exit your house and immediately turn your character facing left and dig up that tile, it will give you a red 20-piece rupee. And then you go inside and come back out and do it again. It'll be a red rupee every single time.
That's funny.
It's infinite money glitch.
It's infinite money in that game, yes.
You can do that in Fire Red and Leaf Green too with the Nugget Bridge. You just like have one Pokemon and lose the battle.
You keep losing.
And you get a nugget every single time. And you can sell the nuggets and have.
Bro, I didn't know that. I think I just passed the Nugget Bridge on my Fire Red cartridge too.
Like, what a time to restart your run! What a time!
Know, dude. Just kidding. But yeah, she's been playing the Minish Cap recently, and it's just been like so cool to see, like, to have this conversation with her as she's going through it for the first time and discovering all these things that I discovered when, like, over a decade and a half ago, right? Like, just so many great memories with that game, playing on my little Game Boy SP, my little silver one, trying to play at night when my mom was coming up the stairs, and I'd have to shut it and throw it under the pillow and pretend to be asleep, and then she'd leave, and then I could pull it back out and keep playing for another hour, and oh my gosh, dude, it was so fun.
That was revolutionary.
Dude, the backlight was crazy.
The backlight, yeah. Game Boy Advance, so terrible. Cool. And then SP, light, you can play it in the dark on a car ride.
You guys,
y'all you don't have to sit there like waiting for the street light to go by so you can like go to the next thing.
I had a Game Boy Advance too. I had a blue Game Boy Advance that I started playing on, and I loved it. But yeah, I would go outside to play my Game Boy because the sunlight was just better to see on than staying inside. And that's such a weird
Game Boy Color. Same
contradiction.
Problem. Yeah.
Let me touch so I can play this game better.
Exactly, dude. And once I got the Game Boy SP, I was like, oh man, this is a game changer. I can stay up all night playing. Nobody's going to be able to know because I can just turn the backlight off really quick. It's so good. And so I don't have that original silver SP anymore, but I was working a job sort of around high school, in the summer where I was mowing lawns for a company that cared for like foreclosed homes, like bank-owned homes. And one of them, they had left a box of stuff behind in the garage, and right on top of that box was a bright red Game Boy SP with a charger. And I was like, holy cow, what a find. And the guy I was with was like in his 50s at the time, had no idea what it was. He was like, if you want something, you can just take it. Like, they don't care. And I'm like, oh, so I took it.
Don't mind if I do.
Exactly. And then later, a couple years down the road, my parents bought me another copy of the Minish Cap off of eBay so I could keep playing it. It's just, it's such a good game, man. It's such a good game. And like I said, to see Melly playing it is just so like heartwarming and nostalgic to watch somebody go through all of these things. She messaged me that she beat the boss yesterday. And I was like, good job. And then I said, now that you've beat the final boss, did you get the arrows of light? Did you get the remote bombs? Did you get the mirror shield? Did you get the 99 pouch limit on the bombs and the arrows? Did you get the magic boomerang? Did you do all the kinstone fusions? Did you meet all the fairies?
100% this thing?
And she's like, I got the magic boomerang. And I'm like, yep, lots to do then. You can get up to the max 20 heart containers. There's like 8 different sword techniques you can learn that you're forced to do to get 4, but you can learn 4 additional ones, including a spin attack where you just keep mashing the sword button and you just keep spinning.
That's a good trick.
Helicopter.
No, the Minish Cap is the greatest Legend of Zelda game, possibly the greatest game of all time, and I will not be taking arguments at this time.
Touche.
Okay.
Touche. Nathaniel, your comment
Yes, sir.
about touching grass to play a game made me remember a game that my older brother had for the Game Boy Advance SP or whatever. You had to actually like go outside to the sun and have it recharge.
Oh, yeah,
You had that?
You had the sunlight sensor?
Yeah, like you actually had to be outside to gather
I
sunlight
remember-
for your little
I
weapon.
remember
or,
hearing
like, your
about this
vampire
game.
hunting weapon.
Yeah. It would charge automatically if you wanted, but it would charge so much faster if you were like actually outside playing it. It's such a crazy
So, like,
idea.
actually have to touch grass to play the game. Like
That's so cool.
yeah. Good times.
Oh,
good times.
man, I miss old days like that where you
Nostalgia.
had games that are like, hey, do this weird thing in order to play the game.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, or like all of like legendary promos where you have to like go to GameStop or something to even like be
Yeah,
able
the
to
legendary
access the
Pokemon.
area for your Pokemon game. Yeah.
Oh, did I ever tell you? So,
Good times.
my favorite Pokemon game is Pokemon Pearl. I know everybody loved Platinum from that series, but I never played Platinum. I played Pearl, and I loved it. Back in when Pearl was new, they had the promo that went on to get Arceus or Arceus. I don't care how you pronounce it. I say Arceus. The Pokemon God, right? And
Yeah.
it was this promotional thing where you were supposed to go to a GameStop, they'd give you the code to get an item, you'd take this item to a certain spot in the game and you'd use it, and you'd have the fight with Arceus, and that's how it would go. Well, I tried doing that, right? I think it was just Mystery Link. You didn't have to go anywhere. You just had to do the Mystery Link in the middle of this, and it would work. Mine didn't for some reason. I did the Mystery Link, and it pulled up, nope, nothing there. And I was just like, well, that's weird. Oh well, I guess I won't have them. They also had the global trading system at these point in the games, which was amazing. Literally what it says on the box. It was a system where you could trade Pokemon with anyone around the world. You would put up a Pokemon that you wanted and were willing to give or you could put up a Pokemon you were willing to give away for a list of wants, and if somebody had one of your wants and wanted the Pokemon that you had, then it would initiate the trade. And that it could be done asynchronously, so you could just set them up, leave it, come back, and you'd be like, oh, 5 of my Pokemon traded away, right? Anyway, I figured I'd just get Arceus like that. Instead, I was walking around one of the routes, walked through some grass to get to another place, and a random wild battle showed up with different music, and I'm like, what's going on? And Arceus showed up. In this just in the grass, in a random route, no item, no Mystery Link required. He just showed up.
Just hello.
And
it's me, God.
I caught him, and I'm like, how did I do that? And I to this day I have no idea how that happened, but it was still like one of the coolest things to happen to me in that game was just randomly catching Arceus when I didn't have any of the event stuff.
That moment when you're walking in the grass and God shows up.
Right.
Like, well, hey.
Yeah. Moses, when he saw God, fell to his knees. When I saw God, I got out a Pokeball to capture him.
I grabbed the Master Ball.
Exactly.
It's like the little
Master Ball.
It's like the meme with like Mew with the yo-yo. It's like when you meet God and he's just playing with a yo-yo.
Right.
Like, dude, check out this yo-yo.
Exactly.
Good times. Good times.
Yeah. I want to get into more retro gaming, like retro handhelds and building stuff like that.
Yeah.
I have listed, I'll show you guys the link, but I have had this on my wants list forever. But it is a custom Game Boy SP shell. So the idea is you tear out your old internals and reinstall them into the cell. But it is a UV printed artwork, like box art from the Minish Cap. And I just love it so much.
That's your white whale.
It's only like $60. It's not bad. Like, I could get it. I could just add it to my cart right now. But I won't.
Yeah.
Because
what if we peer pressured you do it right now?
I need to still pay my student loans for this month, so it'll have to wait. And I have to pay back Nathaniel. And I have to pay, it'll have to wait. Maybe I would say for my birthday, but my birthday might all be going towards Lego money, so we'll see.
Touche.
Speaking of, have you guys seen the Lego set for the Project Hail Mary?
I did.
I didn't know there was one. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. The module comes out and spins and everything.
Wow.
It's so cool.
Centrifuge.
Yeah, I'll show you. It's really good. It comes with a model of Rocky as well.
That was one thing I wish they didn't show in the trailers.
I do too.
Because he's such a big part. But
yeah,
not knowing anything about Rocky at the start of the book is great.
Yeah, because the book on the inside cover never mentions Rocky. And so when you read about him running into Rocky, you're just like, what? There's an alien in this book? It's the craziest thing. And so for the trailers to start teasing, I think there's an alien, for the trailers to reveal Rocky, I was so sad.
Yeah. I hate when movies are like, hey, there's this big thing, we're going to spoil it here. Yeah, no, it's great. In the book, it's like, Blip A? What the heck's Blip A?
Yeah, what's a Blip A?
Yeah.
Blippy.
No, Blippy is something totally different.
Oh, Blippy's a YouTuber.
Yeah.
Let's get Blippy on the podcast.
I don't know about that. Isn't Blippy one of those random Minecraft YouTubers?
No. It's like almost like a Wiggles kind of thing.
Yeah.
A little bit more extreme.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, definitely not then. Maybe they could play Redemption, but
there you go. We'll get him on our Redemption podcast.
Yeah.
All right, my tummy is rumbling. Let's wrap this up like a burrito because I need some nourishment.
Sounds good.
So you can eat.
I'll just let our listeners know that if they have questions for us, they can find us over on our social accounts, and they can send us questions at manabonded@gmail.com. And they can also send questions to us through said social media accounts.
Yeah, you can find those linked in the show notes below each episode or on our link tree, which is also linked in the show notes.
I actually made a link tree to link to our link tree.
Whoa!
Impressive.
So you can link more trees.
Fractal nested link tree.
Was like specifically for your stuff, Zach?
No. I didn't make it. I was just making it. If you like the music, Steve Brown, he's the one who has created this wonderful eargasm for you. And you can find his music at stevebrownsongs.com.
Heck yeah. And if you like the art that is made by Shadow Aclopex, his link to his stuff can be found in the description. Go check it out. Commission some art. Have a good time.
Thank you so much for listening, everyone. We really appreciate your listening and your feedback in the poll we put out last week. I believe we did get a couple responses to that. I'm actually going to check the results on that right now and let you publicly all know who's the best. Yeah. Well, it's a 50-50 split. Okay.
There we are.
We're still in the air. All right. But thank you all for listening. Thank you all for
tech service to use is the one you use.
Exactly. Thanks for listening. Thanks for the reviews and the rates that you leave on our podcast. They really help us to get out there. But the best way that you can support our show is to tell your friends and to send in those questions. Those help us out a lot.
True.
Help us out more than you can know.
And most of all, thank you for going with us on these random tangents that we have.
Yep. Hop aboard and get your ticket for the ride because it is going to be one heck of a show.
Keep your eye out for me on my Redemption Pro circuit run.
All right. That'll do it for us
and
this
in the
week,
name
everybody.
of Jesus Christ, we're going to end the podcast. And somebody asked me if I had that's me. He asked if I had an unagi of Kyoshi Island.
There's a reference for about 6 of you.
We derailed so hard, like shoot, I can't remember the movie. The movie Super 8. It's Super 8. We
okay.
derailed harder than the train in Super 8.
Editing will make it sound so seamless. You're good.
Edit that to make me look so cool. Edit that to make me look cool. Be like, dude, this guy, he never forgets Super 8. Never. That's the best movie in the world.
I got you, Boo. Don't worry about it.
Did you see the lens flare in that? I did.
Of what brackets really are and what their purpose is. Nate, you can't just post that when I'm in the middle of reading.
It goes along with the twerking thing, though.
You have to say it so that I can throw it in the bloopers.
Okay. So we'll do a little thing so we can get it back in there. So we got Ghibli twerking, and as soon as you said, not those cheeks, it made me think of that low-budget animation with Ghibli, and you have my ass. And just him twerking even harder.
Oh, no.
You have my ass. You have my bow. You have my ass.
Anyway, we'll put that in the blooper. Okay, let me keep reading. Whew.